The new restrictions are another blow to the hard-hit restaurant industry. Eateries in Hamilton and Burlington are reeling from the news. They will once again have to rely on takeout and delivery only. The timing is difficult too, as many were gearing up for a big long weekend. Matt Ingram is following that story for us and joins us with more. Matt.
Restaurants here in Hamilton were just absorbing the loss of all indoor dining this past Monday and moving to use their patios more. In fact, city staff worked through last weekend to approve permits for outdoor dining areas, but all that work is now for naught. And restaurants in our region that were gearing up for a big long weekend are left in the lurch. The noise of a busy restaurant won't be heard at Joe Dog's in Burlington for much longer.
It's a sad day again.
Owner Mike Coles says the ban on indoor and outdoor dining forces him to lay off staff and run on a skeleton crew. He says relying on takeout and delivery only will be a very significant blow to his business.
It demos it, it really does. With our clientele, it really doesn't fit the mold.
Adding to the financial pressure, Coles just invested heavily in the outdoor dining area, which he can no longer use. Joe Dog's just refurbished its tiki bar, the TVs, the plexiglass, the banners. It's all new. And in fact, this new version only opened up for customers last week. The restaurant also just brought in all this new outdoor furniture. In total, they've spent about $70,000 on outdoor seating improvements.
What's some of the food purchased for the weekend?
On top of the $70,000, they purchased $20,000 in food and beer in anticipation of a busy long weekend.
Enough beer to throw a party too.
The food is now destined for donation to charity.
The fact that they keep targeting, I feel, small business owners is just not right.
At Eateries restaurant owner Effie Kutsa-Georgis says she doesn't understand the last-minute notice before the long weekend. More than $15,000 in food was delivered today that she now cannot use, and she's forced to cancel all the weekend's reservations.
They keep talking about supporting small businesses and these grants and this everything, and it looks great on paper, but come out to the real world and it's not so great.
She's worried about losing this 25-year-old family business passed to her from her parents.
What am I going to do? And if this does fail, what do I do after that? This has been my life.
Soon there will be no more wings and beer on the patio at Harry's Pub in Hamilton. Owner Sean Harris invited people to come help drain the beer kegs today as a sort of last hurrah before he has to close the patio. He now has to lay off all his staff and run takeout and delivery by himself, just like he did last year to keep the business alive.
7 days a week doing it, up and down, being here all night, open from 1 till 7. Sometimes you get 10 orders, sometimes you'll get 2 orders.
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business is also upset about the latest lockdown and its impact on small businesses like restaurants.
This is so disappointing that months and months into the pandemic, the government seems to be exclusively relying on lockdowns.
The CFIB want Ontario to consider alternatives to lockdown, suggesting perhaps distributing rapid tests to small businesses so they can test their employees. Bottom line, they want the government to do more to support small business during this pandemic.